Jaya Bhagava, Jaya Bhagava, Jaya Bhagava, Jaya
My script. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, there are people here. Welcome to Silicon Valley CSL. I'm Dr. Damon Miller, and I am the treasurer and member of the board here. Today, Reverend Rochelle, oh yeah, maybe I'm seeing the future. No, you're welcome. But she'll be speaking, and we have as our guest artist Gina Renee. Again, yes, thank you. So let's all stand and begin with our first song.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Gina Renee and Kelvin. Good morning, everybody. My name is Joni Quintel. I'm thrilled to be here this morning with you. I am a practitioner in training student. Tonight is the last night of Hanukkah, and it is also winter solstice. So if you will turn within for a few minutes, take a nice deep breath. I will say the last night Hebrew blessing in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kichanu b'mitzvotah vetzivanu lahalik ner shel Hanukkah. Translated, blessed are you, God of the universe, who blesses us with light. Today being the winter solstice, the shortest day and the longest night of the year, may we continue to carry the light throughout our day and lives.
Good morning. I invite you to take a deep breath and close your eyes as we move into the invocation. How good it is this morning just to be still, to be in sanctuary, to be in this sacred space, in this sacred place, where we recognize there is only one. There is one power, there is one presence, there is one life, one intelligence, one God. Not two, not many, just one. And knowing indeed that God is all powerful, that God is everywhere present, everywhere alive, everywhere awake, standing at the door, knocking and knocking, available. How good it is to know that we are each created out of this divine intelligence, out of this divine stuff. And so I know then that this time that we spend together in this Sunday gathering is blessed. I speak a word of blessing for each individual in this space and in this place, for each individual online who is watching now or will find us later, knowing that this season, no matter how it finds you, knowing that you are lifted in the light, each one lifted in the light, each one thriving and flourishing, guided and protected and directed. Joy, light, and love. I bless each hand that created this service, that volunteered to create this sacred gathering this morning, knowing that each one is indeed an angel creating sacred space for us. And so with deep gratitude this morning, I release this word, I release this time as we move into our Sunday gathering. We are deeply nourished and fed by the message and the music. I bless our beloveds who are not with us today, who are ill, knowing they are recuperating. Jenna, Sonia, who is not here, and our beloved Misha. So knowing they are recuperating and all is well. And so it is.
Open your heart, let the Lord have its own way. Open your heart, let the Lord have its own way. Open your heart, let the Lord have its own way. God's will is the way. Let faith be your sight. God's will is the way. Yes, we are the light, and we are the way. Open your heart, let the Lord have its own way. Open your heart, let the Lord have its own way. Open your heart, let the Lord have its own way. Open your heart, let the Lord have its own way. Open your heart, let the Lord have its own way. This next song represents what today is ultimately, and the light of consciousness that the Christ energy is a stand for, and that we are. The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. They looked up and they saw a bright star shining there in the east, beyond them far, and to the earth it gave a great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
Oh my goodness, can we please just another round of applause for Gina Renee and Calvin Hatchett? So beautiful. Oh my goodness, so beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you both so much for just glorious music. So sweet, so beautiful. So Gina and Kelvin survived the respiratory infection that has swept our music ministry. So they are able to be here, and we bless our beloveds who are not here today. So just knowing speedy recovery and recuperation for our beloveds who cannot be here. And thank you so much for being here, for beautiful music. So, hey, y'all. Welcome to Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Cheryl McCreary, and I'm the spiritual director here, and I'm so glad to see you. So glad you're here on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday, the solstice and the Christmas season, and I'm just glad to be here with you and to see you. So welcome. Oh my goodness, so here we are almost at the end of the year. Can you believe it? It feels like, I was talking to someone yesterday and they mentioned the holiday lunch we had a couple of weeks ago, and both of us thought it was last week, and then both of us said it felt like it was actually 6 months ago that we had that holiday, and actually it was 2 weeks ago. So time is just really weird, right? Time has escalated and accelerated, and it's so much is happening from day to day, it feels like a long time, even from Sunday to Sunday. Does it feel that way to you? Yeah, it feels like a very long time. So December, we are talking about the art of presence. This entire year, I've been discussing the art of. And the reason I use that language and that phrasing, a couple reasons. One is we're actually a community where a lot of folks here are creatives. So they're either artists or they're sculptors or they're painters. So for some of them, it's a first career. For some, it's a second career. We have a lot of coaches and creatives in this space, entrepreneurs, which is a form of creativity, but we're all creative. And so the reason I use the term and the languaging, the art of, is because if you are an artist, you have got to practice whatever your art is. So if you're a musician, you have to practice your scales or your vocalesis or whatever it is. You have to practice that. If you're a painter, you practice your brush strokes or whatever other things painters practice. If you're an athlete, you go to practice, right? There is an act of practicing that takes place in order to be elevated to the level of being an artist. And it's the same thing with your spiritual practice, that there is an art to spiritual living, to living these principles that we speak about. You have to practice it. Your meditation, your prayer work, your being mindful, being conscious, right? It requires practice. So that's why this entire year has been about the art of whatever it is I'm talking about. And so December is the art of presence. The art of presence. And I've talked about presence in a few different ways. So there is the capital P presence, which is the divine, God, source, whatever name you give it. It is the all-powerful, eternal, unshakable presence, that which created heavens and earths and the cosmos and all the things we know and don't know, right? So there's capital P presence. There is something called, and I've talked to you about this before in my executive coaching work, there's something called executive presence, leadership presence, or personal presence. And that is all about how a leader or an individual shows up to engage a team, to motivate, to influence, to inspire in authentic ways, right? From a place of authenticity, not performance. And so there's that kind of presence. And then there is the presence that's about showing up physically, like I'm physically present to something. I'm in the space, right? I'm in the place. I'm physically present to that thing. And so that's what we've been talking about in this month, about presence, the art of presence. How do we stay aligned with the divine? How do we elevate our own presence and be engaged and mindful, right? How do we show up when life is requiring us to do so? And so today, my talk title, I realized, I developed these titles long before it actually comes up, and I'm like, why the Sunday before Christmas, why am I talking about leading with presence? And so I had to really sit with that in my own practice and ask, What is this about? Because this is actually the title of some corporate work that I did for more than a decade. And this is what came through for me about this title, Leading with Presence. So first of all, we are right now in an experience on this planet. We are in an experience of an accelerated timeline, right? There is a lot going on. There are constant news reports. There's constant changes happening. There's political divisiveness. There's, all these different changes. There's climate change happening. They're big, I used to call this big change fast, right? There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening. And it can lead us to feeling like we're powerless. Right? We can't change the political divisiveness. We can't change other people's minds. We can't change what's happening with the climate. Right? It can lead us to feeling powerless. Have you experienced that? Yeah? And also just feeling super stressed out, right? Just like super, super stressed about all the things that are happening. And so what is occurring to me in this title is for each of us, it's calling us up into leadership. Right, into leadership in our own being. So you may lead a company, you may lead a team, you may lead, an organization, but what I'm talking about is, are you leading yourself? Right? Are you leading yourself? Do you have mastery over your mindset? Do you have a vision for where you're going? Right? Are you able to get back on track when things fall apart? Are you sustaining yourself and being inspired and motivated, right? Are you present? Are you present and able to turn off the devices, right? So really looking at how are you leading yourself? And if that extends to your family, because we lead in our families, if it extends to maybe with your sibling group, if you don't have children, you could be leading your animals. I was not a very good leader of my 2 little dogs, I tell you that much. It's like I can lead a group of executives, but my dogs did not listen to me. So wherever it is that you find yourself, you are a leader in that space, or you have the capacity to be if you say yes. So let's talk about what I mean by that. In this holiday season, we are celebrating, at Christmas specifically, we're celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, Christ was not Jesus' last name. In this teaching, we don't believe that was his last name. We understand it to be Jesus the Christ, speaking to the Christ consciousness, the Christ consciousness. And what the Christ consciousness means and what it says is the Christ consciousness is that awakened state where we recognize our oneness with the divine presence, where we recognize that indeed the world is a lie and that we are powerful, that we have the power of life within us. We have the power to create our lives. We have the power to decline distractions and toxicity and things that are being fed to us, right? Where we are so aligned with divine intelligence, we are not cut off. We are indeed one with the all that is, right? That is what the Christ consciousness says. It's an awareness of love. It's an awareness of joy. It's an awareness of oneness. It is awareness of being so at one with the divine presence that it lights us up. In fact, if you go back to Scripture, Jesus was described as being a being of light, that there was a light around him, light about him. That was the result of his alignment with the divine, right? The Christ consciousness being alive within him. And so what I am proposing is that this season is really about how do we awaken to that Christ consciousness that is within us, within each of us, not some of us, but within each of us. How do we begin to awaken from that so that fear loses its grip, right? All the crazy stuff that's swirling around outside has no control over us, that we can remain unshakable, that we can remain rooted in the rock and not be moved by all of the changes in the world, because it's only going to get more accelerated. And for those of you who've been with me for a few years and were with me at the other center, I used to say then, when I got there in 2022, I didn't know what was coming, but I could feel we're in for a big roller coaster ride. Right? A big roller coaster ride, and it's not over yet. So this is the time now to be really anchored in that which is unshakable, to really awaken to that Christ consciousness. So let's talk about the nativity story, right? It's such a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story, right? So it's the story of Mary and Joseph who are traveling to Bethlehem, and she is pregnant, they are tired, and they are traveling. And just imagine what it must have been like to travel back then. It certainly was nothing like we could imagine, right? The dust on the road, the roads that probably weren't well paved, this pregnant woman in this cart that's probably bouncing all over the place. Very uncomfortable, right? Very uncomfortable. And when they arrive at Bethlehem, there's no room. There's no room for them. And so they are looking for where can they go, where can Mary have this child, because there's no special accommodation, there's no place that's open, there's no one welcoming and saying, here, you can stay in my home even. And so they end up in a stable, in a manger, surrounded by animals and hay. Have you ever been to a farm? Anyone here? Yeah? Yeah. So just imagine, and my good buddy Farmer Jason is not here today, but just imagine, when you go into the stables of a farm, the smells and the dirt, right? And the animals are there. It's a very, shall we say, earthy, right? Very earthy conditions. It's gritty, it's real, it's human, it's of the earth. And this is where Christ, where Jesus is born. So check this out. He wasn't born in a palace. He wasn't born at the Ritz-Carlton of the day, right? He wasn't born in this fancy home. None of the elite in that community welcomed Mary and Joseph in, right? He was born in a stable with animals in a manger, the earthiest, right? The lowest, the most accessible place. And here's what this is saying. It's saying that Christ's consciousness does not belong to the wealthy or the powerful or the elite or any of those things. It is available to each of us. The purpose of the story is to say this man who became a leader of leaders, this man whose name we still discuss, whose acts we still discuss, right? This person who so shifted the world by being a demonstration of Christ's consciousness, that consciousness that could have chosen anywhere to be born, chooses the lowliest, most accessible place to come into the world. Think about that. Think about that. It could have happened anywhere. God could have had Jesus born in the king's palace. And it happened in this place that any of us could walk into. Right? And so what that's saying, the metaphor of that story, the beauty of that story, is that the Christ consciousness is awake, is available everywhere. It's not exclusive. It is totally inclusive. It is available to each of us, to all of us. No matter who we are, no matter where we come from, no matter what we've done, no matter what we've not done, no matter who our family was, no matter what was happening, has been happening, is happening, no matter how many times we fall down, how many times we can't even seem to get back up, how many times we go off course, it doesn't matter. The Christ consciousness still is born within each of us. It is available within each of us. And that's the beauty of the story. That's the beauty of the story. In this lowly place, in hard times, in deep simplicity, that is where Christ chooses to emerge, right? That is where Christ chooses to emerge. That is so beautiful, it takes my breath away, right? And so when we think about this child that is born, who then grows on and goes on to emerge as a leader of leaders, right? Who becomes trained, who who studies with the mystics, who learns the ways of this Christ consciousness that is alive within him, who follows his divine assignment to illuminate that for the world, right? So when we look at that and look at that path of leadership, there's three things I want you to get. One is that Jesus led from the capital P presence. He understood, I and my Father are one. The things that I can do, you can do. I am one with he who sent me, right? So he fully understood that there was a power greater than himself that he called the Father that was also within him, and aligned with that presence, he was able to do all things. So he truly understood how to lead from capital P presence, to be so anchored in capital P presence that then what happened is his alignment with capital P presence elevated his personal presence. When you hear the description of him being filled with light, right? Being filled with light. When you hear the description of people dropping their tools and following him. When you hear the description of crowds and masses and throngs of people following, hanging on his very word, right? Watching the acts and the so-called miracles that he performed, right? That's leadership presence. That's presence that influences, that's presence that inspires, that's presence that transforms, that's personal presence that heals, that's personal presence that lifts people up, right? And he was able to do that because he was leading from capital P presence. So the little p got elevated, right? Are y'all following what I'm saying here? Yes. And so this was not, the miracles were not performances. They were demonstrations of truth. They were demonstrations of his consciousness. They were demonstrations of his awareness of the divine presence, his oneness with it. Right? And so that presence, his personal presence, became incredibly powerful. And then the third P that we talk about in presence is showing up. You see, Jesus had a divine assignment. He also had free will. He could have at any point decided, I am not going to do this. Right? In fact, before the crucifixion, he says, take this bitter cup from my lips. Right? I do not want to do this. But he showed up for his divine assignment, and he played his role, and he did what he was assigned to do, and the world was transformed by it. Right? The world was transformed by it. It was such a threat to the status quo that he had to be extinguished. And even in that could not be extinguished. Right? Even in that could not be extinguished. We are still talking about it. Yes. And so he showed up. He was present to his divine assignment. He was present to that which he was designed to do. He was present to the people he was designed to heal, to touch, to transform, to teach. So all three of those things existed within him. He was aligned with the divine presence. He activated his personal presence and his teachings, and then he showed up. He was present to his flock, to his followers, to his students, to his assignment. That is leading with presence. That is leading with presence. And so here's the thing that I want us to be thinking about for ourselves. Here's the question for us to be asking ourselves right now. What is mine to do? Right? What is mine to do? What is my assignment? And it may change. Last year you may have had one assignment, and this year you may have another one. Some people have one assignment for the whole time they're here, right? And it may show up in different ways. But the deep and rich and beautiful question to ask at this time of year, which is a time of such revelation and transformation, this is the time to ask, what is mine to do? What is my assignment? Why am I here? Why am I here? And then I invite you to move into your practices that allow you to really know the presence of God. And I'm talking about your meditation practice. right? Meditation practice. If you don't want to meditate alone, meditate with me and a group of us, some of the folks in this room. Every Monday through Friday from 9 to 9:30, we're on Zoom meditating. And you can join the group. Although we'll have a little vacation. I'll let you know when those days are going to happen. Right? But doing your work where you are sitting and you're listening to the divine, you are opening yourself to pure spirit, you are practicing and building relationship with that which created you. And you can only build relationship by being quiet, by being still, by being in meditation, by being receptive, by doing your prayer work, by taking classes, right? Showing up here on Sundays. This is how you begin to build relationship with the divine presence. This is how you begin to understand what is yours to do. This is how you begin to get aligned with the divine. And then once you do that, then you will notice, and I think you probably notice this in other people who are very aligned and very centered tend to have more personal presence. I don't like the word charisma, but if that works for you, right? Like they show up with more charisma, right? Just think about this. I said this to my executive clients all the time. If you want executive presence or leadership presence, you have to be present. Like literally, you have to be present. You have to be mentally, emotionally, physically present. That elevates your presence. You can't be distracted and have great presence. If you're always on your phone or you're a million miles away, your presence is diluted. Your power is diluted. Your energy is diluted, right? So it's really about being aligned with the divine, and then your presence gets activated. Then you can hear that divine voice that's nudging you, that's saying, that's guiding you what to say, what to do, how to be, what move to make next. Right? You're hearing that voice, you're moving from that place, and other people notice, and then they want to follow you. Then they want to be a part of what you're doing. Then they want to listen to you because you're speaking from a place of divine authority. You're speaking from a place of alignment. Are y'all with me? Yes? Yes. And so you do these things. And then I am asking you to show up for your divine assignment, because this is what I think in this room. I think everyone here knows exactly what they're supposed to be doing, whether you're doing it or not. Would that be correct? Yes, I feel that, right? Did someone say yes, ma'am? Right? Everyone here knows that there's a calling, there's a stirring, there's an urge, there's a desire, there's something in them that wants to express at a bigger level, at a clearer level, at a cleaner level, at a more impactful level. Everyone in here feels that, right? And so my ask of you, my urging of you is now is the time to show up for that assignment. Now is the time to say yes to that assignment. So maybe it looks like starting a business. Maybe it looks like having a baby. Maybe it looks like moving to a new location. Maybe it looks like finally getting out of debt. Maybe it looks like, oh, I'm going to write a book. Maybe it looks like, oh, I'm going to create art. Maybe it looks like I need to end this relationship. Maybe it looks like I need to start this relationship. Right? Whatever it is, and there's nothing small or large in God. Nothing small or large. Right? Some people their divine assignment is to be on the world stage. That's their assignment. And for some people, their assignment is to be in their home. Right? To be the Christ consciousness, the light in their home. And some people, it's to be in their community. And some people, it's to be with their pet. Right? We each have an assignment. And so my encouragement to you is to be present physically to your assignment. Jesus did not just spend all of his time meditating and praying off by himself, right? And in November, we talked about, I used the loaves and fishes as our metaphor for November, and we talked about how after being off meditating and praying, after John the Baptist was killed, he went into seclusion to meditate and pray, and when he came out, there was a throng of people, 5,000 men and women and children were there following to see what he was doing, the healings that were happening, to learn from him. Right? So he didn't just stay meditating and praying. He was in the world. He was touching people. Right? He was healing the sick. He was with people who were struggling, people who didn't have a place to live, people who were ill, people who had diagnoses, people who were contagious, people who were toxic, people who were violent or whatever. He was in the arena. Right? He was in the arena and fully present, shining his light. And for each of us, we have an arena. We may not have that arena, but we have an arena. Maybe it's our home. Maybe it's our business. Maybe it's where we work. Maybe it's our community. Maybe it's our band, right? But we have an arena. And so the call is to show up, to be about your divine assignment. No more waiting. Waiting for what? What are you waiting for? The world is crazy. It needs people to step up, wake up, be aligned, be solid, and do what you're here to do. Because let me tell you, if you do not live your purpose, someone else's purpose will live you. Right? If you don't get in the driver's seat of your life, someone else's purpose will drive your life. If you don't inhabit your space, inhabit your assignment, you will then be at the bidding of other people's assignments. Right? So this is the time now to begin to lead with presence, to lead aligned with the divine, to lead activated, light-filled, inspired, motivated, fired up. Right? And to do your assignment, to get going. Can we do that? All right, let's turn within for prayer, shall we? Take a deep breath. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I'm fired up. I had to stop myself because I felt I was going to take off in a second. All right, y'all, so let's just settle down into this moment. Oh, how good it is to be still and be quiet. How good it is to recognize that presence that has no beginning, no ending, that is inexhaustible, that is unbreakable, that is unstoppable. And whether we call it God or you call it Source or the divine, the Creator, Mother, Father, whatever name you give it, it is what it is. It is all powerful. It is all love. It is all light. It is all that there is. And what I know for certain is that this intelligence, this power, this presence that created the cosmos, that hung the stars in the sky, it created each of us out of itself. We are made out of pure love. We are made out of pure love and intelligence. And so I know then for each of us that we are indeed blessed, and I speak the word right now, knowing that absolute truth. I bless each individual hearing this word, or even if they don't hear it, I know that each one is blessed. I claim health and vitality for each one and longevity. I am knowing the body temple of each one is whole, perfect, and complete. Every cell, organ, tissue, system, function, operating exquisitely, operating according to the divine operating manual that came with the body temple. This is what I know. I am so grateful to speak the word for each family in this space, for each one, knowing divine right relationships, divine right unfoldment, knowing that families are held and love is thriving and rising and flourishing within family structures, knowing that there is connection and bonding. And knowing for those that are unhealthy or toxic, that ease and release and divine right action is happening right now. I claim it and I know it. I am so grateful to know for each one financial abundance and overflow. No matter what the world says, our birthright is abundance. Our birthright is prosperity. Our birthright is overflow. And so I know that for each individual, that there is plenty. There is plenty. That there is plenty. And that each one is blessed. And so with this deep knowing, I am just grateful, so grateful for this container called Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. We are thriving, we are rising, we are flourishing, we are alive, we are awake, and the Christ consciousness shines bright through each and every one. Each of us rising, each of us in the arena, playing out our divine assignment. This is what I claim and know for each one. And I know that this word extends across the globe to our human brothers and sisters anywhere and everywhere there is strife or violence or powerlessness or whatever it is. I speak the word of God. I speak the word of love. I speak the word of light. And I invite everyone here just to speak a word of affirmation for our beloved human family of love and light and peace, moving through our political systems, through our leaders, and through countries and governments and individuals and communities, peace and light shining. This is what I stand for and in this truth. And so with deep gratitude, I now release this word. It is complete. We say together, and so it is. And so it is. Amen.
This next song, you're going to get an opportunity to sing along with us. My God is so good to me. Just connecting, taking a moment. Thank you, Rev, for that prayer. Everyone take a breath with me while we wait for the Bluetooth to reconnect. Maybe your prayer was that powerful, you know. We don't doubt the power of the light coming through. Well, while we're waiting, I'm just going to invite us to take this moment to remember what Rev shared in her talk, connecting with that Christ consciousness energy. And so as we sing this song that's coming up here, it's an opportunity to really feel that. All right. Sure. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Oh, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Oh, my God is so good to me. Feeling good down in my soul now, God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good, yeah, yeah, yeah. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good, yeah, yeah. My God is so good to me. You can sing on the chorus. In my times of trouble, singing, God is so good. In my times of trouble, I say, God is so good. Oh, in my times of trouble, I say, God is so good. Oh, my God is so good to me. In my times of triumph, I say, God is so good. Yeah. In my times of triumph, I know God is so good. Yeah. In my times of triumph, I know God is so good. Yeah. My God is so good to me. Yeah, yeah. When my day is over, I say, God is so good. Yeah. When my day is over, I say, God is so good. When my day is over, I say, God is so good. Oh, my God is so good to me. Get ready for it. Every day, in every way, God is so good. What? Every day, in every way, God is so good. I take the time to praise the Spirit. God is so good. What? My God is so good to me. Let's do that again. Every day, in every way, God is so good. What? Every day, in every way, God is so good. When I take the time to praise the Spirit. Let me do it again. Take the time to praise the Spirit. God is so good. One more time. I take the time to praise the Spirit. God is so good. What? My God is so good to me. Back to the top one more time. Got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so, my God is so, my God is so good to me. Yeah. Sing that to yourself in the morning. Woo!
Thank you, Gina and Calvin. I love the everyday, and it felt a little bit like Vogue, doom, 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 right? So beautiful. So that's a song by Ricky Byers, if you don't know that song. It's a great song. It's actually my alarm in the morning. It's one of my alarms on my phone, so it wakes me up. All right, so now it's time for our offering, and our beloveds are standing, waiting. Damon and Joni will be passing the basket around. We'll be singing Thank You for This Day, yes? And so here's my invitation to y'all, is to bless the basket. Take it in your hands and bless it, blessing your finances and the finances of the center. And I just want to thank you for the ways that you financially support us, because it allows us to have this great space and this incredible team with the technology and the music, and most importantly, to get this teaching out into the world, right? To reach more and more people with the understanding that each of us has the power within ourselves to create our lives and to change this world. So thank you for your financial gifts. And are we ready to sing? Yeah. All right, we're going to sing Thank You for This Day. So get up, dance, shout, do what you need to do.
You guys hear it out there?
And this is by Karen Drucker, the song.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
My friends.
Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends.
Back to the top.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, sorry about that. So I invite you to hold your own finances and the center as we do this affirmation, this prayer together. How do I start? Thank you. Divine love through me.
Divine love through me.
Blesses and multiplies.
Blesses and multiplies.
All that I am. All that I have. All that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God. And so it is. And I'm laughing because I have known that prayer since childhood, and I get up here and it wipes out of my brain, and I'm just like, what are the words? What do I say? All right, so wonderful. It's now time for our acknowledgments, which I will do as Damon's making his way here. So I just want to acknowledge our beloved music ministry today. Gina Renee, Kelvin Hatchett, thank you so much. Y'all are so amazing. Thank you for showing up and just pulling us through so beautifully today. Thank you so much. And then are you letting us know who else is here, or should I do that? Okay, and so I also want to acknowledge our beloved production team back there. There's 3 people that hold us together. So Paul on cameras is right there. Say hi to Paul Wolf. And Hector Torres is on our sound. And our beloved Scott McCulley, who's our production manager, who directs everything and has bought all of this beautiful equipment and donated it to us. We're so grateful, so thankful for each of you. Love y'all. Damon.
Just a shout out to Jenna, who usually does the acknowledgments. We'll get through it. Also want to acknowledge for the altar, the sacred space, and welcoming new people, Morgan Marr.
Yes.
And now, here in nice large print, thank you, Marilee. It's time for announcements. Announcements, announcements, announcements.
Woo!
Woo. So again, Reverend Rochelle mentioned the morning meditation. But there's going to be a holiday from December 24th through January 2nd. Reverend Rochelle will return with the morning meditation on Monday, January 5th, 2026. So this is a Monday through Friday gathering, 9 a.m. to 9:30. It's on Zoom, and you can find the Zoom link on the front page of the website, our brand new website, SiliconValleyCSL.com. It's been completely redone. And it's live. It's your one-stop spot for Sunday gathering info, video replays, and any upcoming events. Oh, sorry about that. Any upcoming events, video replays. I can separate the pages here so I don't skip a whole page. Excuse me. Okay. You can also sign up for our mailing list there and to receive updates and announcements through email. Take a moment to check out and bookmark it when you get a chance. Hanukkah. Today we honor the 7th day of Hanukkah. To everyone in our community who celebrates, we send love and blessings. May the light of the menorah continue to remind us of resilience, hope, and quiet miracles, and sometimes not so quiet miracles that unfold each day. The office is going to be closed from December 24th through January 2nd. We'll be officially back and fully open on Monday, January 5th. Thank you for your understanding. We wish you a restful and meaningful holiday season. Prayer. Reverend Dr. Sherry is going to be here for prayer, personal prayer. There's a sign-up list in the back on the back table, and put your name there if you'd like to receive prayer. And you'll be called up in the order you sign up. And for private prayer requests, you can also write them down, submit them confidentially in the prayer box, also in the back of the room there. And I'm proud to say Gina Renee is going to be back with us next Sunday. So happy. Thank you.
I'm bringing my partner who plays keys, and so that'll be fun. He'll be an addition.
Excellent. Kelvin, are you going to be here too? Okay, beloveds, it is now time to find out, are there first-time visitors in the house? Welcome, welcome first-time visitors. So good to have you here. So we have a gift for you that's on the way, and Morgan will be passing it out. And Marilee, I have another little gift I got for people, so Marilee will also bring you something. So if you feel comfortable, I would love to have you just stand up. You won't be on camera. Just stand and tell us who you are, how you found us, if you feel comfortable to do that.
Hi, my name is Heather, and I am Audrey's daughter.
So good to meet you after seeing your beautiful wedding pictures. So welcome, welcome. Yes, please tell us.
I'm Thelma Johnson, and this is my daughter. And I believe that you were sent here I was here from years and years ago when I was studying homes. And when she mentioned it, it was, you know how it joked you, because you used it all your life. You've never changed.
Mm-hmm.
You may not remember the specifics.
Yes.
And I believe she asked me to come today. I usually wouldn't go, but I did. And the singer is just beautiful. And it was through her that Aniko asked me to come.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been blessed. You have been wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome. Hello. Welcome.
We're here for the day.
What did you say?
We're here for the day.
Yeah, oh, good, good. Do you live, are you from California?
Southern
Okay, all right. Well, welcome, welcome. It's so good to have you here. Welcome. So lovely to have you here. And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to everyone who's here. Thank you. And we'll have another little something for you, for the four of you before you leave. All right. Anyone else? I believe everyone else has been here before. Okay, we are now at the end of our time together. We're going to sing a short version of our closing song. Is that possible? Yep. Okay, we're going to sing I Release and I Let Go. That is our, if you know Agape in LA, that's the standard closing song. So we'll do a rousing rendition of that. I'll do a benediction, and then we are done for the day. So stand up and let her rip. I release.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Were you trying to get me to sing? Is that what you were trying to do?
Maybe my spirit will.
Okay, all right.
Like
Well,
that, I don't know.
I wasn't ready because I was looking at my thing here. All right, everyone. So let's do our closing affirmation. Repeat after me, please. I align with divine presence. The Christ consciousness is alive in me.
Christ consciousness is alive in me.
I lead with light.
I lead with light.
I lead with love.
I lead with love.
I lead with presence.
I lead with presence.
And all is well.
And all is
And so it is.
so it is.
All right, have a great week. Have a happy Merry Christmas, everybody. Love y'all.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm